Yeah, let's. So can I ask you a
question? How your Christian ethics makes your force doctrine okay.
How does Christian ethics make force? Wait a second. I'm sorry. Force doctrine is a
That's what we're describing.
Force doctrine is a descriptor.
So you're saying I have the ability to kill these people because I don't think what they're doing is right.
And so what I would do is I would appeal to this universal of Christian ethics to say why it would be that even if you had...
What are these universal
Christian ethics? If you would stop for 10 seconds, lady, I'll explain them. If it is the case, though, Chris, that you say to me, Andrew, this descriptor, there could be immoral things people do with this descriptor. I agree, Chris. The great thing about Christian ethics is that I can both see the descriptive truth of reality, which is force doctrine, and I can use Christian ethics at the same time to oppose the times where it's used immorally, objectively and universally. And Chris, you can't fucking do that because you just got done advocating to me why it's actually more moral for me to allow children to continue to get molested in Papua New Guinea rather than put them all to the sword, Chris. And that's how I know that I'm fucking superior to all of you fuckers in every conceivable way, Chris. Now you get it.
Is that your assertion that was my claim?
This is, Andrew, we do not.
It was your claim.
Listen to me. I am not someone that is aggressively atheist. Okay, I was raised Christian.
I don't know what that means.
I don't really care anymore. But
yeah,
what I'm going to say
is
that there is no proof that your God exists, and there
How do you know?
Many people around.
What's your standard of proof?
Well, there's no proof that he doesn't exist.
What's
either.
your standard
However,
for what is proof?
There are many people around the world that are not Christians. So your morality is not universal. You feel it is universal. I feel that my morality is also best.
So what?
But I also understand that my morality is not universal. Not everyone.
Okay, I think that's a fair. I'll engage directly with this argument. Okay, I'll engage directly with this. I'll engage directly with this.
I want him to finish.
Can I at least answer to her criticism? I'll get right back to it, Chris.
Hold on real quick.
If you never let me answer,
just a moment.
If you never let me answer, I'll answer.
What we will do. We'll let Andrew answer the question, and then we'll redirect back to you, Christopher. Okay?
Yeah. So the law of excluded middle. A proposition's either true or it's not true. That is a law of logic. There's only three. You can look them up. It's the law of excluded middle. Proposition, either true or false. It can't be in between. It can't be somewhat true. It is true or it's false, or else the proposition is not sound. Right? I'm sorry, the conclusion would not be sound, and the entire argument, its structure would basically fail, right? The idea here is you have to use the law of excluded middle. It could be the case that I could be one of two Christians left on planet Earth, me and Mr. Marte over here, right? Who's a way better Christian than me, by the way. I'm chief of sinners. I'm the fucking worst of the worst. But the case of the matter is that even if that were true, that doesn't mean that even if there's only two of us, that we're wrong, or that we're saying something which is untrue, or that when we apply universal ethics, that's untrue because there's only two of us. You, on the other hand, have the claim that because consensus says, based on consensus, this is what's moral, I can easily make the same grape analogy to you if it was the case that men outnumbered women. A horrible disease went through and killed them down to 20%, and men locked them up and caged them. That would be up to consensus, and you would have to concede that would be immoral, right? Right?
You're using your
Let her answer. Let her fucking answer, dude. Answer the question.
Not really like a
Answer the question. Answer the question like I just answered yours.
No, but
Dude,
how could I interrupt my own question?
Telling them to answer the question.
I just want him to answer. She doesn't answer. Just answer.
I would think that it would be wrong by my moral code. I would think that it would be wrong.
But you couldn't objectively state that it would be wrong for men to put women in grape cages as long as there was consensus, right?
I didn't say that. No, that would still be wrong.
Okay,
on,
what
my moral code, and
your
I think
moral
most
code.
of the world would agree that it is wrong to.
Most of the world doesn't agree inside the hypothetical. Most of the world disagrees and think they belong in the cages. Why are they wrong?
Because it's bringing harm to others, and I don't.
Yeah, but they don't believe that, and they're the consensus. Why are they wrong, and you're right?
Because I don't agree with it.
Oh, okay. So all of the entire standard of the world comes out of Chuck's mind. Fantastic. What Chuck disagrees with is what is immoral, and what Chuck agrees with is what's moral. But at the same time, Chuck says, hang on, but at the same time, Chuck says, Andrew, you can't. If it was just you and one other Christian, because you don't have the moral consensus of the majority, you would be wrong. Do you see how you just contradicted yourself again, Chuck?
You would be right to you.
Well, then I'm right by your standards, right? Because what's right to me is what's right.
No, what's right to you is what's right to you.
Okay, so what's right to you is what's right to you?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So then if it was the case that what was right to me was to have grape cages and I had the consensus, you couldn't actually say that I was wrong because I have the same standard you do, right?
No, I could still disagree with you.
Oh, sure, you could disagree,
I could still say
but
that
how
this
could
is
you say I was
against
wrong?
My moral framework.
So then
Yes,
all
I could say
morality,
wrong.
so then you're the ultimate arbiter of morality, right?
I'm not.
Then how could you disagree with whatever I say is moral?
Because we have different opinions.
So then
You have a
if
different moral code. You have a
so
different
my moral code's not worse than yours, right?
I mean, I would feel that it's worse than mine. I would think you're a real shit
Okay, but
person.
I would feel that it's not. So what makes me wrong? Except that you are the universal arbiter of everything that is moral.
I guess it would depend upon me thinking you're wrong.
Oh, so then you're the universal arbiter of all that is moral?
I mean, you're asking me if I would think it's wrong. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so then I also, by the way, am the universal arbiter of what is moral. All of the things which I consider to be immoral are because I say so.
Okay.
Just like you.
Hopefully enough people agree or disagree with you. And then
Oh,
you
so
can
we're back to
accept that.
consensus. So as long as I have the
doesn't
consensus
make it
of the
right
majority
because
of
you have a
men that we can put women in grape
consensus.
cages, then it's fine.
It just means that you have the ability to do it. Doesn't mean that it's right. or
What makes it
wrong.
wrong other than you don't agree with it?
Well, that's what makes something wrong.
Oh, God.
It's
So
if
you're
I
the
disagree
ultimate
with it.
arbiter of all that is moral.
Dude, we are going in circles.
Yes, because your argument
don't
is
think that you are
circular.
understanding-
Your
Bro,
argument is circular. I ask.
Appealing to God is the same thing
Uh-huh.
as appealing to your fucking self.
Okay, so if that's the case, I'll even grant it.
It is.
I'll even grant it. Hey, I'll even grant it. So if it is the case, you are the universal arbiter of morality. No, I'm not. It's consensus. What if consensus is wrong? Then it comes back to me, the universal arbiter of morality. What about consensus? What if consensus is wrong? Then it comes back to me, the universal. The reason the argument is circular is because it's your fucking argument, lady. And it's a circular argument because you're the one making it. Me, I'm just agreeing with it. You're right. So I'm going to use I'm going to use the same exact circular logic. I, Andrew Wilson, am the ultimate arbiter of morality. If you disagree with me, you're immoral. Now, what about consensus? Hey, consensus, I agree with it unless it disagrees with me because I'm the ultimate arbiter of what's moral. Now, you can prove me wrong right now by just telling me why it would be that if the consensus of people said to lock all of the women up in grape cages and they were raped by men all fucking day long, why would they be wrong absent you saying that you're the ultimate arbiter of morality? Tell me. Yeah.
It's
I'm going to go get a drink while you think about that.
Yeah, can we?